Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I made a video on here. I've been covering my wrestling channel and trying to get that up to snuff, and there's been a ton of information for the new 2K game, so kind of had to ditch this channel for a little bit, but I'm back. Let's talk about this new Pokemon news. There's a big Pokemon Presents coming, and wouldn't you know it, they're re-releasing Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, the Game Boy Advance versions. So let's go look at all the information when we can play it, and we got a little more news about the Pokemon Presents. So let's go check it out. Alright, here we are over on the Pokemon's main page and breakdown of the game. Now, before we go any further, if you like the content, be sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. It says the Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version games are releasing on Nintendo Switch. It says Pokemon Day is only a few weeks away, and fans will have something extra to look forward to while celebrating 30 years of Pokemon. Man, I feel old right now. I've been here since the beginning. The Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version games are coming to Nintendo Switch. These classic remakes of Pokemon Red and Blue, or Red and Green, Pokemon Green, will be available to download from Nintendo eShop after the conclusion of the Pokemon Presents beginning Friday, February 27, 2026 at 6 a.m. Pacific Time. Wow, that's pretty early. Of course, I work that day. Notice, if you click on the YouTube video above, will lead to Pokemon.com. Let's just watch this real fast, because it sounds awesome. Wow, this takes me back. Now, when this re-release first came out, my brother bought both versions. He kept the red version and gave me the green version, but I still had a blast with it. Like, I was bummed it wasn't another Blastoise version, but they wanted to do something different. I get it. And red is probably the more popular version, of course, because of Charizard. What kind of idiot uses a fire type against Onix? Come on, man. I was always lucky. I picked the water type every time, so which made it harder later on, but it's easier to get a water type than a fire type early on. Nice. I am the most powerful trainer. Oh yeah, I'm getting goosebumps just remembering that battle. I was kind of hoping they'd clean it up a bit, like an actual remake, but nah, it looks like it's just a slightly up-res port, so it doesn't look totally terrible. Otherwise, it would look really bad. Oh man, after playing the newest one, Pokemon Legends ZA, and then looking back at the old bit graphics, it's kind of funny. Yeah, you can't beat the classics, man. Especially if you grew up in that generation. I feel sorry for all the people who've never played it. You're going to be complaining about Surf, Fly, Cut, all that stuff. Having to teach 8 gems to your Pokemon. I forget exactly how it worked in that one, but I think it's like permanent. Or unless that was just the original. So that's really cool. I'm definitely going to pick up at least one of the versions, but I don't know if I'll finish it because there's so much other stuff going on this month and the next month. It says Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version was originally released for the Game Boy Advance in 2004. Holy crap, it's a long time ago. And this Nintendo Switch release will contain much of the same Cantonian charm. Players will be able to revisit the classic story and Pokemon of Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue with the updated graphics. You will know and love, complete with the excitement of the Sevi Islands introduced in Pokemon Fire version and Pokemon Leaf Green version. Players can also look forward to trading Pokemon, battling each other, and more using local communication. So cool, it still has all the functionality, I would assume. Like, why wouldn't it? Whether you enjoyed these games over 20 years ago or are picking them up for the first time, we hope trainers will enjoy exploring the region that got everything started. That is freaking awesome. I know a lot of people were complaining because they want the original with the green screen and everything. I don't think people would buy those, modern players, but this kind of looks like some of these indie games that had been made to try to mimic the Pokemon games. So these, I think, would sell a lot better than actually releasing the originals. Plus, they could always put those in like a collection or something. So there is that. Now, Austin John Plays, the biggest probably Pokemon guy there is. He did confirm that it has Pokemon Home support, so that'll be really cool. It probably won't be right away. It'll probably come later. They still haven't got it ready for ZA, so we're still waiting for ZA integration. Although I'm not sure if you want to actually use it for ZA because a lot of the Pokemon in there are Mega Evolutions, and you can't trade the stone over, so why would you take it out of the game? So unless there's a shiny you want out of there or something, maybe you could do it that way. But I don't know why you would trade it. So there is that information. Now we want to go over to the NintendoLife.com, and we'll have the information of when this all starts and everything. It says, just like clockwork, the Pokemon Company has announced that its annual Pokemon Presents showcase will once again arrive to celebrate the series' birthday on the 27th of February. The Presents is scheduled to kick off at 2 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. CET, and 6 a.m. Pacific Time. 9 a.m. ET, so there's all the time zones for you. For me, it'll be 6 a.m., and I work that day, so I won't be able to get to it until I get home. And you'll be able to watch along on the Pokemon Company YouTube channel. Here's the precise time that the event will get underway in your region. North America, blah, blah, blah. Here's all the different information here. Of course, the Pokemon Company isn't celebrating any old birthday this year. 2026 marks the series' 30th anniversary, so we're cautiously optimistic that there might be a surprise or two in store for us during the show. Now, to top that off, the fact that they just literally showed off probably a huge announcement they could have saved for that early tells me they're going to have a ton of stuff in this direct. I'm hoping that we get another Pokken Tournament game. I really liked the first one. They're in good standing with the company that made it, so I would love to see, Bandai Namco, I would love to see another take on the Pokemon Tekken / Mix, whatever the heck it was. That was a really fun game. It's just, there wasn't a lot to do in it. Like, I needed a lot more features. I need a full-fledged storyline. I don't need like 100 or 200 Pokemon in it. You could give me 30 new Pokemon, and that'd be pretty cool. Keep all the ones from the first game. I would love to see another Pokemon Snap. Now that we have the Switch 2, I would love to see the power of the Switch 2 used in a Pokemon Snap game. Hopefully not just an upgrade for the original. Although if they added a ton of new areas to explore and DLC and did it that way, I'd be okay with that, because Pokemon Snap, it's one of the weird ones, but it's so fun and it's so different and unique. My brother and I took turns doing runs, and I think we ended up getting everything in it. We played it for like 50, 60 hours. It was a very fun game. Another one they could do is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. They haven't done one of those in a while. I think the last one was the re-release of the, I forget, was it the Fire Red? I forget which exactly version it was, but there was a version of the game that got re-released on the Nintendo Switch. I think it was one of the 3DS ones. And there's also one on the Nintendo Switch Online app that you could play. So those are really cool. It would be awesome to get a new Mystery Dungeon. There's so many spin-off games that we could have. Maybe we'll get a new spin-off game like this Pokemon Pokopia, which is going to probably end up being one of the biggest hits of the entire year, like a sleeper hit. I don't know if you guys have ever played Dragon Quest Builders 2, but that game is super fun. There's a ton of stuff you can do in it, and I'm surprised how many people missed out on that game just because on the surface you're like, oh, it's just a random block building game. It's a Minecraft clone. No, it's not. It's definitely not. You have to beat the entire game, and because it's like a giant tutorial in order to even get to really get all the features unlocked. So it forces you to play through the entire game, and each major storyline teaches you how to use the new mechanics. So it's a very fun game, great storyline. Pokemon Pokopia sounds like it's being made by one of the directors or developers of that game. Correct me in the comments down below. I haven't been following every little thing because I've been so focused on my wrestling channel. But that Pokemon Pokopia, right when I first saw that, I'm like, that's Dragon Quest Builders with Pokemon. I'm there day one. I'm very hyped about that. I'm going to try to get a video up when it releases. Unfortunately, it releases the exact same day as WWE 2K26, which is what my main channel is focused on, and I'll be doing a lot of collaborations with other YouTubers on that. So if you like wrestling games, go check that out. I plan on getting it on the PlayStation 5, the Nintendo Switch, so if you're curious about the Switch version, keep an eye on the channel for that too, to see how that runs. I really hope I could get a copy of it for free, because I don't want to buy the game 3 times, because it's expensive. It's went up to $150 if you want to get all the bells and whistles. I can't afford to buy that 3 times. That's a lot. Anyway, so what do you make of all this information? I'm super hyped for the Pokemon Presents. I can't wait to see what gets added. What Pokemon game would you like to see get there? Maybe like a Pokemon Ranger or something, or a new spin-off game. The spin-off game I was hoping for was something like Pokemon Pokopia, and they did it. Now we just gotta wait to get it. Anyway, sound off in the comments below. Obviously they'll probably show off Gen 10. I forgot to mention that because, well, everybody else has been saying that, so I didn't really mention it. So obviously we'll probably get a look at Gen 10. That'll probably be the big announcement. And then they'll be like, go play the originals where it all started while you wait for Gen 10 to start. And they'll probably have more Legends ZA, not necessarily DLC, but events. They might have like free legendaries, because if they try to charge for a second DLC for that game, they can go to hell. Like, I love Pokemon, but come on. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, sound off the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay frosty.